Hello, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and it has been probably 6 months since I last uploaded a video. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on why it's been so long and what my plans are for the rest of 2025. I can't believe how fast this year is going. For Christmas time, we decided we were going to sell our house. We've been in that house for nearly 12 years. So January was very busy with packing, organising, getting ready for sale. We did sell our house in February, but unfortunately there was lots of obstacles, shall we say, in the way, and we eventually moved out in June. So we are now in a rental as we've decided to build. So we're going to be here for a good 12-18 months, I would imagine. And in the meantime, all of this has been happening. My craft room has been packed away in lots of boxes. You would not believe how many boxes of craft stuff that I had. It was pretty embarrassing. So now that I've set up in the rental, I thought I'd give you a quick look. I don't know how temporary this is going to be. I don't know if what I've decided to keep out of storage is going to stay or not. I'll give you a little bit of a look at how things are looking right now. So I'm stood at the front door of the rental from here, and as you can see, it's not a closed off room. It's kind of like a theatre or study as you walk into the house. So I've not got as much space as I had before. So some of these Kallax units that I had in the old house, as well as some of the desks, are still in storage, along with maybe another, I don't know, 6 boxes similar size to these. These need to go as well. And so I've had to kind of pick and choose and decide really what I want to do in my craft room, and over the next 12-18 months what I want to focus on. So I don't know if you can tell and see, but I've decided to probably do a lot of sewing rather than the paper crafts. Sewing doesn't seem to take up as much space as the paper stuff. I do still have some of it out here, and definitely I've still got all my inks and things here, as well as papers and collections. A lot of the collections are in storage. I also think it's probably going to save me a lot of money. A lot of the spend that I was doing, a lot of it was at Uniquely Creative because I love the kits. I'm not going to have anywhere to store it. I don't want to buy any more paper stuff. So instead I'm going to stick with some of the sewing stuff because I do already have a heap of fabric. In fact, this box here is full of fabric, but that's going to go in storage. It's fabric for clothes, and what I've decided to do is focus on some quilting. So I'll go through that in a sec. I did have quite a few of these trolleys. Again, there's a few in storage. This is my sewing one, which I'm going to keep out. Definitely going to keep out my watercolour one. This is actually my, this one is actually my daughter's trolley. She's into all the colouring. And then this is just a little bit of a random one, not yet organised. But you can see I've got my mat here. It doesn't quite fit this particular table as it did the last one, but I'm going to have to make it work. This is full of cross stitch. So that's basically what I've been doing for the last 6 months. So I'll give you an update on that. Another random box full of stuff. I've not got a study in this house, so previously I had all of my work from home and printing stuff in the study. This is now going to have to live here. Ignore the corner of shame, as we all probably have. So this Kallax unit is, you can see, all my quilting fabrics. These are a couple of tubs full of sublimation and cricket blanks, because I'm going to keep going with my cricket, as you may have spotted. What else have we got up here? So this is all my cricket vinyl stuff. Down here are paper collections, but where did I have? Oh, here we go. This is all my cricket stuff here as well. For now, I've just put my cricket and my easy press and mug press on here, because I think as I'm using it, I'll have to move it to the table that you saw. So it's going to be a bit of a juggling. I did like having everything with its own little place and station, and I could just do things without moving stuff around, but you know, we have to adapt to these things. So you can see here I've got my basic sewing machine, I've got my serger, overlocker at the back, and my embroidery machine. I've kept all my embroidery stuff in storage as well, all of the threads, the fabric, the hoops, all of the different stabilizers, that kind of stuff in storage, because again, that takes up quite a bit of space. These drawers are still filled with what they were before, so I do still have quite a bit of stuff for some paper crafting. But for example, all of the scrapbook layouts that I had, all the albums, they're going to be kept in storage as well. What I wanted to show you was this. So a lot of stuff I had on my walls. I loved I love dabbing all the colours on display and things, but this tub has now got all like my glues, Distress sprays, perfect pearls. I'm going to keep everything in these tubs basically and just get them out as I need them, I think, just to try and save space, because obviously being in a rental I can't really put anything on the walls, but in saying that I don't really have much wall space to do that anyway. And see, I've got my trusty pegboard there that I need to put in storage as well. So yes, it's good to have a craft room back, because I didn't have one at all for 6 months. I really did miss it. So what I was doing was, I'm sorry, I'm on my phone at the moment, so if I'm making you feel dizzy, I really apologise. I was desperate to try and get this video out because I did get a warning off YouTube that if I don't post very soon, as it's been so long, my account would kind of be disabled or whatever words they used. But I did want to show you what I've been working on from my cross stitch point of view. So that's my little bag full of bits. I have been keeping up with Erica's sew along. So this is actually a stitch along she does as a quilt pattern as well as a cross stitch. I'll link her down below. Maybe next year I'll do the quilt as well, because I'm certainly not talented enough to keep up with the quilt, and I didn't have anything anyway. My sewing machine was in storage, so this was a great way of keeping up with that. So that's literally just one block a month that I've been doing. I've also been managing to keep up with this temperature stitch along. So this was from Spruce. Again, I'll link them below. This was a free pattern as well. I should have said actually that this one is a free one from Erica. You get a PDF each month that you download with the pattern. And so this, obviously, I'm in Perth, Western Australia. So it was very hot earlier in the year, and you can see now it's starting to get colder. So in June now we're in the middle of winter for us. So this has been something that I can just pick up and do when I can. And I've decided to stitch along with Moda Blockhead 6. So this is year number 6 that Moda have been doing blockheads, which is a way of I guess just skill-based learning. A different block each week that you can stitch along with, and at the end of it, if you want to make a quilt with it, you can. With not having a sewing machine, I've not actually stitched anything yet. I got this really cute organizer from Jen Kingswell. I can put links to that as well if you like. So you can see I did do the cutting and getting everything ready for the first couple of these. And that's as far as it's got. So now that I'm set up again, I'll be able to catch up on that. So I do plan on showing some videos of the Moda blockheads as well, from an absolute beginner's point of view. It's great. There's a Facebook group of 80,000 members, and some of them are so talented, and some of the information they've shared is invaluable. So I'd like to share that with you as well when I get stuck into that. Apart from that, I've done a lot of reorganizing, focusing back on the cross stitch. I've managed to collect all of the DMC threads now, apart from the ones that have been discontinued for years, of course. Getting them all organized and a real challenge. Some of them I managed to get ordered from the UK, and thankfully my sister-in-law was coming over in April, so she brought nearly 200 threads with her. So that took a bit of time getting those organized and sorted on the bobbins and getting them all nicely organized. That's kept me occupied as well from a craft point of view, which has been fantastic. And then finally, with cross stitch and organisation, I decided to download this app, this Makeup app. If you're interested, I might do a video on this actually, because it's been a bit of a learning curve. But I've managed to download lots of my cross stitch patterns in here, and then basically you can do like a stitch along with it. You can mark up your threads from here. So I've been learning how to use this as well. You can see this is kind of an older one, but it's so much better than printing paper, making it with a pen. Yeah, so that's the other thing that I've been keeping myself busy with. So I hope you've enjoyed this little update. For the rest of the year, I do plan on focusing more on sewing, so small sewing projects, which is how my channel started actually. If you go back to the beginning, some of my initial videos were just little sewing projects, so I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to try and finesse my skills with quilting, so I'm looking forward to doing those little projects as well as the cross stitch. It's very difficult to video cross stitch, but I'll keep you up to date. I'll go back to my monthly videos of what I've been up to the past month and what I am working on the coming month, in case you want to join me on the journey. I'm not saying I'm not doing any paper crafts. I don't think I'll be doing any card making stuff. That's all in storage. along with all of my planners and my albums, so I won't be doing any of those little books that I was doing as well, but hopefully I do get to do a little scrapbook layout along the way as well. So thank you for watching. I'll be uploading again very soon, and have a great weekend.